trust I'm honest when they're telling lies. Can you see what I'm not saying through my eyes? All I know is love.
Alright you guys, so this is what we need to make my super easy beef and broccoli. Okay, you're gonna need some minced garlic. You're gonna need a little brown sugar, a little soy sauce, a little oyster sauce. You can find this oyster sauce in Walmart. Like, it's very, very ready accessible. You can even get it from Amazon if you want. But you can definitely get it. This right here, I think, is the best one. So, see if you can find this one, the Lee Kun Ki. Alright? To season our meat, we're going to use a little bit of my seasoning. Of course, there's always a link in the description box where you can find my seasoning. It's really good, very complex. If you don't have my seasoning, use some adobo with pepper or just some salt and pepper. We're going to need a little bit of ground ginger. For the steak, I'm using this flat iron steak right here. Okay, this is like half a pound. I'm not making a lot. I'm just making 2 servings. Of course, you can always double, triple, quadruple my recipe, whatever you want. But I'm using this steak, which is going to pair good with the sauce. It's going to suck it in. Not too much fat. And yeah, it's going to be good. I got 1 scallion here left, so I'm just going to use it, chop it up in our marinade. So, 1 green onion. And then right here, I have a bag of already cut broccoli florets. All I'm going to do is just, rinse them off. This right here is a pretty small bag, but as I said, I'm only making enough for like 2 servings, okay? As far as the rice, I'm not sure what kind of rice I'm going to make. I may make some Basmati rice or jasmine rice. I'm not sure, but when we get to that part, you'll see. So, let's get to marinating this meat. Alright, so I just washed off my little steak. Look how little this is. But this is going to be enough for 2 people. I'm just going to cut it kind of on the direction of the grain. So I'm just slicing it against the grain. That's going to make it the most tender. I already rinsed this off in some nice cold water. Go back in there, just cut them into smaller pieces. This is a very small piece of meat. Of course, I know most people are feeding more than just 2 people, so, double this up, triple it up, do whatever you need to do. Alright, so that's good. Let's work on marinade. Alright, so I got my steak here in the bowl. To that, I'm going to add the sliced up green onion. I'm going to add some of my seasoning. Not a lot because we're doing soy sauce. You don't want it salty. Next, I'm going to add in, like, I'd say for this amount, like 2 tablespoons of the soy sauce. If you don't like soy sauce, you can always use something like liquid aminos, low sodium soy. Whatever you prefer. We are going to use a little bit more when it's time for the sauce. Next, I'm going to add like a little dash of ginger. Ginger is super powerful, so you don't need a lot. Like that right there is perfect. Next, I'm going to add in a tablespoon of the brown sugar. If you don't like a little bit of sweetness, you can always leave it out. My beef and broccoli has like a little bit of sweetness. Not super sweet like teriyaki chicken or that kind of stuff, but it just has like a little bit of sweetness. If you don't want that, you can leave it out. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of the minced garlic. Now we're just going to mix this up. Wow, this smells good already. Bomb. Wow. Alright, so we're gonna let this marinate for like an hour. Let me bring you closer so you can see how it's supposed to look. So this is how it's supposed to look. Look at that. You can tell this is gonna be super flavorful. So let's let this marinate. The seasoning is going to permeate the meat as well as tenderize it some. Okay, so let's get this in the fridge. Okay, so I have my pans heating up. I'm going to add a little olive oil. Over here, I have some water heating up. I am going to blanch the broccoli. I don't want the broccoli super hard and I don't want it mushy. So I'm gonna cook it pretty much separate and then add it to the beef and the sauce, okay? Okay, so our pan has heated up. We're gonna go ahead and add in the steak and all the liquid that came out during the marinating process. Look at that color, y'all. That is just from that marinade, and it smells so good when it hits the pan. Right here, I'm gonna make a quick flour slurry, just a little bit. You can make it with all-purpose flour, or you can make it with cornstarch. I have cornstarch around here somewhere. I can't find it. You guys, I need to fix and organize my spice and baking cabinet. But right here, I have a cup and a half of lukewarm room temperature water. To that, I'm going to add a heaping tablespoon of all-purpose flour. And then I'm just going to mix it, get all the lumps out. Real easy. And that's what we're going to use to thicken up our sauce. And this is also going to be our cooking liquid. So our pot for our broccoli is about to boil. I'm going to go ahead and rinse off the broccoli and just blanch it 3 minutes in boiling hot water. Then I'm going to take it off the fire and drain it. So this is smelling so good. To make our sauce, I'm going to add in a tablespoon and a half of soy sauce and 2 tablespoons of the oyster sauce. See? Ooh, that smells bomb. Look at that color. You definitely don't need to add any salt or anything, okay? Now to this, I'm going to add that flour slurry. Now we're gonna mix this, bring it to a simmer, let it reduce some, and then y'all, it's gonna be perfect. Oh, and I decided I'm doing Basmati rice. Yum. I know it doesn't really go with Asian food, but I love it. It's so good. That's what we're going with. So, I turned my stove down. The temperature is not super high. We're just going to let this simmer and reduce for like 10 minutes. So, you guys, I definitely did just have to add in another cup of water. I tasted it. It was a little salty for me. Okay, it may not be a little salty to you, but I needed a little bit more water. Okay, so either go a little bit lighter with the soy sauce, or use low sodium soy sauce, or just add more water. I'm just making extra gravy when I'm adding more water. Okay, so definitely taste it and check the salinity of it. Okay, I just added 1 more cup of water, but it's perfect now. Alright, you guys, so our broccoli is perfect. I'm going to go ahead, take this off the fire, and drain it. Yeah, that is perfect. Still nice and bright green. Beautiful. Okay, guys, so this is done. Look how nice and thick this gravy is. Next, we're going to add in the drained broccoli. Ooh, be careful. I'm talking to myself, family. Be careful. And we're just going to fold the broccoli into the sauce. Let the broccoli soak it up some. And then we're going to be ready to plate, okay? So, fold it in. Let it cook all together for a few minutes. And then it'll be perfect. Of course, the broccoli had a little, you know, water in the stalks and the florets. But if you let it cook for like a few minutes, it's gonna be perfect. Hey, you guys, so this is done. This made so much gravy. Y'all, look at that. My broccoli is still a little crunchy. Well, not crunchy, but it's not soggy, okay? Let's go plate it. Okay, you guys, so here is my beef and broccoli. Nice, beautiful gravy, tender beef, my nice fluffy rice, nice al dente broccoli. Look at that, y'all. It is bomb, and this sauce, spot on. It tastes so good. So, of course, you guys, as always, be sure to leave me a comment below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Okay, be sure to try this recipe when you do. Snapchat, email, Instagram, do whatever you need to do so I see your version of my recipe. I love when you guys do that. Okay, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to do you, boo. Bye, guys. Babe, everybody always is like, oh, is Ronnie gonna try it? I wonder what Ronnie thinks. So, you guys, Ronnie does eat my beef and broccoli, so he is gonna try it. You want rice on it? I put some of the stuff. Oh. Here, try it. I'm all in your face. Go ahead, babe. Why you took some of the broccoli off? Isn't that good? Does that not taste just like the Chinese restaurant?
Whoa, don't slip up or get caught.
Why not, man?
I'm coming for that #1 spot. All right.